Here we are again, another video on price action with BTC. So today, or this week, actually has been pretty exciting. It's ran up quite a bit. It's gotten through some key levels, looking bullish. Now it is kind of sideways, but I do want to take a look at price action today and kind of seeing it. This is what you typically see at the top. And there is possibly room for it to move a little bit higher here, which would be nice to kind of finish out our week. With a little bit higher, at least up into that 76 to 78 range would be really nice. But let's go ahead and dig into price action today and see kind of what happened. We can actually see, I do want to point out how this is where you want to make sure you're looking at your charts, making sound decisions on where you want to enter and exit. And be careful with sitting in trades because there is liquidity. A lot of times liquidity grabs that happen, right? Stop hunting is what you'll say, you'll hear in trading community. And this is a good day where that happened. Stop hunting was with all out, with all force. So the market maker was looking for money to give to the guys that are in the right direction. So let's go ahead and dig into that. And I'm going to go through that on the price action. So we're on the 15-minute chart. You can see all our levels and everything we're put on here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just remove some stuff here, just so it's possibly a little bit cleaner for you. So you have the trigger right here, the breakout trigger, and you have the breakdown trigger, the purple and green lines, and then you had your 30-minute high and low in here. You had that 30-minute or that 15-minute candle opened up. So there was your high, there's your bottom. Now you might say, hey, where we're going to go? And you can see this came very aggressively down right at the beginning of the day, just whack. And you might be going, wow, what happened? I mean, if I'm on the 15-minute, I'm going to get into the 15-minute candle close. I can enter and run this down further. This is where I mean, ideally that's what you would do. The system didn't actually give you a trade. So ideally you would run this down, get in right here, and then take a look at putting your stop up here. And if you were trading this, you didn't get anywhere. I mean, you'd expect this to go down a little further if this was going to run to some target. But that's so far extended. It was so aggressive as a stop hunt is really what you're saying. It didn't just kind of trade out like you see here and then start to fall, or even right in here. This is kind of what you'd expect to see, breakdown, close, and then open and trade out. That's what I would like to see, but that didn't happen. It just came right through there. So let's go ahead and go out to, say, like our 1 hour. Let's go out to a bigger chart and take a look at it. So you can see right here, we are building a bull flag up here. We've been building it. We've been testing it. We came through it pretty hard up here, which is the start. Then we came back and we've been testing it. Then we stop hunted today, and now we're back up, and we're kind of testing it again and getting back into the pattern, which is kind of what you'd expect. Now, when I say stop hunt, the reason I want to point this out is because right here was the bottom of this channel. So you had this area here and then the bottom. And it traded down, and then it started to build up. So a lot of people were already saying, here is your bull flag in here. And expect this to do a breakout right here. So a lot of people are watching for this breakout. Even as we back tested right in here, you would have expected it just to run up and run for us. And let's go ahead and kind of draw that out from this morning. You would be kind of sitting like this in here as a potential breakout. Here is the bottom of the area that we just talked about. It ran up, back tested, would have tested right here, and then build back up and run. Just like you kind of see it doing right now, but it didn't. They stop hunted us. Very aggressive 1 hour candle came right through, took out all the bottoms. And when I say stop hunt, let's go ahead and build that. So a lot of people would say, hey, I'm going to get in, as this crosses back over right here, I'm going to get in somewhere right in this range, whatever you decide. They would have got in, and guess where their stop would have went? Down off the bottom there. And then they would have said, hey, this is going to go to the moon, right? It's going to go all the way up into this area. Could easily break out of here. Could go for the full run here on the 1 hour. If that was the case, it could go all the way up to here. So that would have been the trade. And then as the market opened, that's where the market maker kicked in and said, no, I'm going to come after all these people that are trying to go long and get in this trade before confirmation. This is why we always say wait for the breakout to happen on the lines, get through the triggers, and because this is in the battle zone, this is where it gets aggressive. And you can see that they came and stop hunted somebody that was trying to front run this trade very aggressively, took them out, and then really just kind of frustrated them because didn't really run up either. Kind of just traded through here and then broke down. And that's what I was talking about with stop hunting. This is a classic stop hunt. This is how people build the trades, and they get in and came after them. Now, if you smart, you would have waited for the breakout, and you would have possibly got in right here. You could have ran the. This would have been the setup that you could have got in right now. This is the 15-minute, type trade. If you were going to trade this out, that's what you would want to see. Right here was your close. This was kind of your entry right here. Oh. All right, entry right here, and then it started to trade back down. Well, now it looks like it could be failing. This could be a failing trade right now. This is where a lot of traders have a hard time. Like there is truth in the put your trade on and then walk away from the screen, because this is the setup. I mean, it already came down and stop hunted. You kind of knew that. You knew it should run up at this point. It definitely has more bullish behavior right now. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect, but the probability is in your favor right now. So you would have been saying, okay, well, I got the close above. I'm going to go ahead and get in the long and put my stop down here. That's not a bad trade. It's not a bad setup. So now, of course, it's bleeding, and you're looking at it going, oh, man, I wish I didn't do this. And that's why I say put the trade on and walk away from the charts, because you don't want to start saying, I'm going to take this off early, because you got in for a reason. Now, this could be the trade right here, and it's getting ready to rip out to 76,200. You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. But that is the highest probability based on what happened through everything that I'm just pointing out. That was definitely a stop hunting. It came after everybody, got the money, came up, made a higher low. Now it's breaking out, and now it's back in the zone, but this could easily start to turn and just break out of this area. You did have the original pattern that you're back into. So, I mean, this is trading, what I'm going through right now. This is nothing wrong with a trader analyzing and doing exactly this, because what you're looking for played out. You analyze the price action. Even the guy that got in before and put a stop down here, this could have easily been the breakout, and it ran. That's trading again. High probability. Put it in your favor. You made the decisions, took action with the decisions that you saw, and made total sense. It came down and got you. Get back in, get back on the horse again. Keep riding. Don't get frustrated and just say no, because what I'm showing you right now could be your comeback trade, right? You got in, and now you're looking for it to go up. Now, let's just say this was the pull and this was the run. So if this was your trade, if you put the other trade on that I was talking about and you got hit, put $100 on, lost $100 because it hit your stop. That's what you should be losing, if whatever you're willing to risk. Consistency. So if you're putting on $100 risk every time, you would have lost $100. This trade right here, if it does break out, you're basically making a 1.27, so it's $127. So your account goes back to zero, plus it goes up $27. You keep doing that every time, all the time, and keep trading and keep going. You're going to be building over time. That's the risk reward management. Now, I don't get too fixated on the R&R, like, oh, I want to make a X amount to my what I'm willing to put in. So a lot of people would say, oh, this isn't a very good trade, I'm not going to do it. For me, I kind of always trade these trades exactly what I just pointed out. It's frustrating because sometimes it feels like you put a trade on and then it comes and stops you out, and then you put a trade on and you make back basically what you earned or what you just lost. But then I'm ready to trade the next time when there's the next probability, and that could be just a straight run up, and it goes up to 3-1 or whatever, 2-1, 1.27, and I didn't take a loss that day, so I put 127 in my account. That's kind of the way I look at it. Now you can see there's some other levels that I've drawn in here on the bigger time frames that we were looking at. Let's see, this is another target, which would put you at 1.89. Of course, if it runs all the way up to this long run, which it could, I mean, that's definitely way up there. It'd be stretching it. You can see all the levels I put on here. These are kind of the target 1, target 2, target 3, 4. This is target 5. I mean, it definitely could run up, but it could take some days to build to this level. I mean, it might take this Sunday, maybe. You're going into the weekend. This could be next week that it finally gets up here after it comes back down here. That's why I don't like to hold trades. I trade my time frame 15-minute. I would be looking for it to kind of rip up in this kind of pocket up in here. So I would be thinking somewhere in this range, you know, something here, or even down here. I'd be happy with any of these areas, and could easily see it run. If it gets really aggressive, it could pop up into that 77, low 77s. But I'd definitely be careful with that whole setup there. So just going to give you an idea. We're trading the 15-minute entry on the 5. And that's typically what we're looking for, or just the simplicity of the close above the trigger, you enter on the next one. So you could be getting in possibly even down on this area here. I was being a little more aggressive in that, but regardless, I mean, it's here nor there. Definitely put green in the pocket. That's the whole point in analyzing it, and hopefully you understand the stop hunts. When the market maker wants to come after those guys that put those early trades on, or maybe not even early, they're just getting set up like they should, and they put their trade on, and this is what happens. This is why I be real careful. Just like tonight at the end of the night, when I do the recaps, I'm getting close to the end of the night. So would I be throwing a trade on right now? No, because you're running into the same problem. Every time there's a shift in the sessions and you close and you open, you got to be careful. So that's why I have this marked. This was the open of the New York futures, and then here's the open of the New York Stock Exchange. You can see the energy that's all built up around this area. If you were going to take a short today, you could have. This would have been a great short for that pullback for the lower high. This would have been just a small little trade. Again, nothing big, but you know, taking bite size out of the system, or out of the system that you have, this could have easily been, you know, just a little $63, you know, or whatever, depending on how you're trading this. I would have been pretty aggressive on this too. I wouldn't have been messing around, because this, what I would have expected, just a lower high off of what's already here. Now we do have this indicator that I turned off earlier, but if I turn this back on, throughout the day there was energy right here, and now it's been moved, and you can see that it is still sitting down in here. We already came and got it though, so more than likely it's going to come up and start taking out this top area now because of that money grab. Hopefully you guys understand that, and you do look for stop hunts and be careful, because it's no fun being caught in that area. So yeah, don't hold trades too long. Look for fair targets, take the money out, whatever it is. This is how you build your account. You don't keep building your account by holding all the way up to here when you want it to come, and you're thinking it's going to come all the way up here, and it stops here and runs all the way back down and stops you out. Yeah, that's how you don't want to have happen. That's a failure of executing a trade. So yeah, you can set your targets, but as price action starts to move, that's where you really want to start watching. And you can start saying, hey, I'm going to move my target. I'm going to start moving my stop up into price action even, and say I'm going to take anything up to here. So if the price action was sitting up here, you may put your stop right here, just in case it comes back down. At least you're putting some green in the account. You're not letting it come all the way back down. You're stuck in the red again. Don't get caught in that, please, as you trade. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Put any comments that you have comments, questions, whatever, in the comment section down below, and we'll answer them the best that we can. And check out our lives. They are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8:30 Central Standard Time. And you can ask questions there as well, or typically when we see price action and trades, we will also put them on the live and let them play out as well. All right, guys, I will leave you to it. Hope you have a good day trading, and as you watch this video, hopefully it'll help you kind of understand some of that price action and what you're looking for in stop hunts. So, all right, we'll see you in the next one. Take care.